Hey folks, thanks for joining me for the very first episode of Nostalgia Files, the web show where we delve into the obscure facts about our favorite old games. Who knows, maybe you might learn a thing or two. We start with an influential game from the 90s, starring our red-capped, mustache friend Mario, as he attempts once again to save Princess Peach from yet another kidnapping. That's right, today we're talking about the iconic classic, Super Mario 64. So sit back and enjoy the show. If you look up obscure facts about Super Mario 64, you can find reports of this game actually starting to get planned in the Super Nintendo era. The fact is, however, that this is just not true and just a myth. Shigeru Miyamoto has even confirmed it. I am not sure of the specific details exactly, but it has something to do with the code word for the development of the Super Effects chip that had everyone thinking there was going to be a 3D Mario game for the NES. I, for one, think the Nintendo 64 era was the perfect time for Nintendo to pursue a project like this, as graphics would have been very limited with the NES. You know, it's hard to believe that the game cartridges back then only held 8 megabytes of storage space, especially considering that some updates for modern games can get in excess of like 10 gigabytes, stupid stuff like that. It's just a shame that we couldn't have had a tad more space back then, because we were actually supposed to get a bigger game. 72 total stages were planned, not including bonus stages. But Nintendo fell face first into the limitations the storage offered. To combat this, Nintendo added much more depth to the 15 stages that were released, with many different objectives in each stage. Some might argue that this next fact is more common knowledge than anything, but for those of you who don't know, you can meet Yoshi in this game. All you have to do is collect every single star. Getting all the stars also changes the game in a few other ways, such as making the penguin race in Cool Cool Mountain a little bit harder, and making Bowser's messages different. It's subtle stuff, but it's good that Nintendo gave some reward to such a big accomplishment. There was supposed to be a sequel to Super Mario 64 that Nintendo dubbed Super Mario 64 2. This game was intended to be a launch title for the Nintendo 64 disk drive, which had a dramatic failure on release. I personally would have liked to see how this would have turned out. With all the extra man hours put behind utilizing the full potential of the system and the added space of a disc, it might have been a pretty kick-ass game. On the financial side of things, this game did extremely well. It was one of the N64's launch titles, and updated numbers says it sold near 12 million copies worldwide. If you leave the game idle for an extended period of time, Mario will fall asleep. Leave it further, and he will start sleep-talking about food. There was originally supposed to be a level-cleared flagpole. However, this was scrapped early in production because developers felt that scouring the land for hidden items was more enjoyable than a get from point A to point B type game. This is a glitch that can get you to the end of the game without getting the stars needed. All you have to do is get the second set of stars and do a backwards long jump on this flight of stairs. Here's an example. If you pick up Tuxie, the baby penguin, in Cool Cool Mountain after returning her to her mother, she will angrily follow you around until you put the baby penguin down. If you go to the castle courtyard, there's a fuzzy text on a plaque that reads L is real 2041. There was a lot of speculation around this, and it was believed that this was a clue in unlocking Luigi as a playable character. Sadly, this just isn't true. Developers did wish to incorporate Luigi into the game, but the concept was scrapped early in development due to system limitations. Well, boys and girls, this has been the first episode of Nostalgia Files. Believe it or not, finding all these facts was not the easiest, so make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment too. This is a fairly new YouTube channel, so if there's anything to be improved, let us know. And hey, If you enjoyed the music playing in the background, it was all recorded and mixed by me, so click the annotation to get to that video, or just head to our channel. Happy gaming!